Hi everyone and welcome to my place. I'm really excited to be sharing a new craft project that I happened to discover. It's called Diamond Dotz, and pretty much what it is, it's a new improved version of what used to be for me when I was growing up in the 70s, paint by numbers, but this uses little diamante little sparkles. It's all color coordinated, it's all color coded, all that you need in the kit. I'll show you this one that comes in a myriad of different types of styles and designs. Now this one is the poppies, which I absolutely love because you know how I like flowers, and the scene is on the back of it, so you can see the scene goes from there around to there and around to there. On the back it will also tell you the diamond area, so when you look at this, into the little picture there, you can see the flowers all highlighted and the base there is all plain. Let me explain further. So opening this up, oh, I've had such a great time, and I actually want to tell you that it's craft meditation, and once you get into it, it's just so good. So the kit comes with absolutely everything, and I'll show you this one here. So this is the poppies. So just, oops, with instructions. So that's the poppies there. It's a little bit crinkly, but there it all is there. And you will see on the side, when you look into this, you will see that there's all of these little markings and little numbers, but we'll get to that in a moment because I want to show you how to do this. So that comes with it. So that needs to be opened up. It comes with all of your instructions in like lots and lots of different languages. It also comes with all of your beads in this little pack here, all color coordinated, all numbered, all ready to go. So I'll just undo that pack. So all the beads that you will possibly need to build up your picture are all included. Here they are, they're all color coordinated, they're all numbered, and they're all graphed on the side. It also comes with this little tray for putting your little gems onto, and it comes with little bags, which I'll get into in a minute. So it comes with a little tray to put your little crystals onto, plus it comes with this little thing here, which has got like a lovely wax that we're going to use, plus it comes with, now where did that thing go? This little wee pickup stick here, and that little thing there goes over the surface so that when it's in your hand it sits all nice and neatly against your hand and it doesn't slip. So that is what comes in the kit. It's a complete ready to go moment, and now I want to share some of the things that I've done to just let you know that it is the most addictive, most wonderful craft that I have discovered for a long time. Okay, so give me a moment to stroke all of this and I'll be back to show you how far I've got with my beautiful parrots, which are called the rainbow parrots. Right, getting rid of all of this. Okay, so this is the one that I'm working on at the moment. As I said, it's the beautiful parrots. Look how amazing that looks. So as I said to you on the one with the poppies, when you look into the back there, all of the areas that are coloured are the areas that you're going to be stoning or diamond dotting, and the sky there is clear, just as this one is all here. It's just a beautiful muted painted bit of canvas on the back there. Now along here, when you look into this down the side here, it's got all of these little symbols that are running all the way down there, and it's also got all of these little numbers. Now those numbers down the side there connect to what's in here. Where is it here? So when I'm working my way through it, so it's just a matter of finding the little symbol. So the symbol, I need to put my glasses on because I can't see here now. So I've just worked my way through matching all the dots with all the symbols which represent all the little colours through there. So I've worked my way through until I've just about finished this bird. And when I look into that, I see the yellow. So it's colour coordinated as well as what it is with its wee symbols. So I'm looking at this little symbol here, and it's just a matter of going over to here, and it's A10. So there's your A10 in the little packs that come like so. It's got The A10 is on the side there, so you can see that little A10. Checking again to make sure that it is the right symbol. Going back to here, yes, it is A10. And then it's just a matter of opening this out and then putting very carefully, oh, a little bit, get rid of that, very, very carefully, just tipping all of those little beads out of there, those little wee sparkly crystals out of there, and then getting your little pickup stick here, and then it's got like the tiniest little hole just at the tip there, of which what you want to do is load that little tip up with as much of this wax as you can, so that when you pick up your little beads or your little bits of sparkle, there's enough of the wax inside that little funnel there so that you can pick up your sticks, because if it's not laden enough, hopefully I've got this laden up enough that it will stick. Okay, so it's now just a matter of getting your little stick. See, I haven't got it loaded up enough. Yes, I have. And then going through and then just laying one of the crystals. Oops, I haven't got this laid up enough. Oh, and then that just gets laid down on top of, I really need to stop and do this properly, but never mind, let's just go through there. And then you just lay one on top of, just layering and layering. Now the other thing I need to tell you is there is a right side and there is a wrong side, and you'll know that you're on the right side because it will be sparkly and come reflected back at you. So if you get it the wrong way, and the other thing I forgot to tell you is, let's just go over to here, onto the surface here. Let me just lift this up so that you can see it. That there is sticky, so that is what makes the glue, your little crystals sticking down much, much easier. Now when this protective paper is very important that you keep that down onto your surface, because this sticky side here will attract not only the little crystals, but it will also attract any little bit of fluff that's floating around. So what I did was I just got a little pin, and you can just lift those little bits off, but it's best not, or even a little pair of tweezers. But so that bit of sheeting there is very important for protecting your work. Now the other thing is, I suggest that if you're left-handed or if you're right-handed, start from the left and work across. And this is what I did when I was doing it. I'll turn it around to me. I just rested my hand on this so that it just sort of like moved along. And also with your little crystals, you're best to have those away from that sticky glue, because if they get away on you, trying to pick those off is a chore and a half. So it's once you get into it, look, you'll just absolutely love the ease. So I'll show you what I mean by just having that little bit there of paper, of the protective covering on the surface, so that your hand can move across. And it's just, look at this. I just absolutely love it. And I have had such a lovely time. And it sits on my table, and every time I walk past it, I just have like a half an hour, and sometimes it just goes to a couple of hours. So it's just a matter of just reiterate again, find the little symbol that marries up or corresponds to what is printed onto your piece of canvas, and then loading this up really well. And once you've got this loaded up, you can just go and go and go and go for ages and ages and ages. And then when it gets to be difficult to pick up the little crystals, it's time to load up your little wee pickup stick here. And you just keep going and keep going until you've done all of them. And the other thing that I did was I did one color at a time. And the beauty of this is that some of the colors all sort of like blend and blend together. So the colors that are in here, the colors that I'm using now, were actually also in here, and then they were in there. Now as you get into it, they do give you these little bags. They don't give you enough of these little bags, but enough is enough. But once you're finished with it, it's just a matter of just as you work your way through using, using up all of your colours. And it's actually, even though I say to use all of the colours at once, as long as you've got that protective covering there, it just means that your hand's not going to stick over, and it keeps the area that is self-glued or self-sticking already sorted out. Now, the other thing that I did was, I'll put on this, in here where you see that little number, what I did was, and I'll just show you what I've done now so that we're all on the same page. Where's my scissors? I found that this was the easiest way of doing it. I'll stick all of those down into there like so. And they give you more little crystals than what you possibly will need as well, which is really good. So I've now left with a whole heap of little crystals. And then once you get to there, just cut that number off. Cut that little number off. Look, I've got little beads all over the place. And then I'll just put that into there. Oops, I'm making it. See how I've just dropped some of those now? See those there have gone onto that plastic? As long as you've got that plastic there, you know that you're not going to have any chance of tipping it, or if a little bit of wind comes through, then they're not going to fall all over your surface. And then to pick them up, I just use my finger to get rid of those bits, because I do not want those when they're not supposed to be, because once they stick to the self-sticking bits on your canvas, what you will find is it's really difficult to get them off. And with that little number, I just put that little number into that bag there and seal that so that when I come to work on the next area, I can just go, find the symbol again, make sure that my numbers are corresponding with what the manufacturer or the artist is already determined to use, and then it's ready to go. And when you get it out of the box, where did I put that? This one here, hold on, let me just cover that up. When you get it out of its box, like so, the best thing to do is to lay it flat on a surface. And see how it's got that little bumpy bit in there? We don't want that bumpy bit. But if you just put a bit of weight onto that, what will happen is that will just cover down. And as I said, when you're starting to work, I worked from this side here, you just pull it down, and then you just look for this area here has nothing on it. See how you can see it's got nothing on it at all. And then once you start peeling that off, it's got all those little numbers and symbols which all relate to where you've got to put your little wee crystals onto your work. Now, you might be wanting to know what you could further do with this once it is finished. Let me just get rid of that out of the way so that we don't have a big mess. Is this one here is one that I have done, and that was this one here, and it is the blue parrots. Beautiful. As I said, when you go round to the back of it, you'll see the areas that have got to be stoned or jeweled, and that is one that I have done, and I absolutely love this. And I see these as like really great gifts to give away. Our daughter-in-law was here the other day, and she absolutely loves blue, and she loves blues, and she loves parrots, and she absolutely loved that. So what I've done for her is I just got some fabric, and I have just bagged that out, and I'm going to turn that into a cushion for her. And when it came to looking for the fabric, I just looked at the colours that were in the bird. There's enough sparkly happening there that I just picked up the duller of the colours to just have that on the outside of my backing for my cushion. If you wanted to, you could mount that onto a canvas like so. It could just be placed onto a canvas, and it's just going to be a matter of getting the size that fits. And I sort of think that I'll get a canvas a little bit bigger. In fact, I might just have to stretch the canvas myself, but that could just go onto a canvas to size. And there's enough of the extra surplus fabric here that could be stretched onto a canvas. You might even like to get a professional to do it, but we're very clever here at Astar's Place, and I know that we'll be able to do that. The other thing is, if you're thinking to yourself, oh, will those little wee crystals stay? Well, there was quite a bit of work involved in, doing that. I had to lift some of the little crystals that were right on the edge along here so that I could do my sewing. Well, as I said, there's enough crystals so that if you need to, if any come off, you can just go back to your plans and just re-stick those little crystals onto the top of it. So is that all I've got? Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you is if you wanted to mount this onto a canvas, one of my other thoughts was that you could get some artificial flowers and you could actually glue those down on top of your canvas to make it three-dimensional, which I thought could be very nice, and there is other work that I want to show you using this, but just to take it to another level again. And as soon as I have finished the parrots, because I have so fallen in love with this project, I absolutely love this Clint. And let me just bring it out for you and show you what it looks like. And as I said, when you're looking into it on the back, it will tell you the areas that are to be stoned. So that's just something I need to share with you. There's only 3 little blank areas in this whole canvas here. And this is the task that I have set myself. I think that this is just going to be really, really beautiful in my lounge because I've got an area that's just a little bit dull, and this is just going to be my winter pastime. And once you get into it, I'm telling you, it's very addictive. And if I was a therapist, I would be telling my clients that this is what they should do, because really it is craft meditation and it just ticks all of those boxes. And I am very pleased that Spotlight New Zealand introduced me to this craft project. It's fabulous. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I'm absolutely excited that I have found this. So go forth and enjoy your crafting.